মই মৰাৰ আগলৈকে মই এনেকুৱা এটা বস্তু কৰি থৈ যাম যিটো আৰু 100 বছৰ কোনে কৰিব নোৱাৰে।
मगर एक आदमी था, दिल से बेखौफ और जुबान से तीखा।
जुबीन की असम में आखिरी विदाई।
ज़ुबीन गर्ग ने कैसे उनके दिलों में जगह बनाई थी।
ज़ुबीन गर्ग भी सितारा था जो सबका प्यारा था।
क्योंकि असम से जो तस्वीरें सामने उभर कर आ रही हैं वो अप्रत्याशित हैं।
कैसे जन सैलाब सड़क पर आ गया।
38,000 से भी ज्यादा गाने गाए।
जुबीन बॉट ठाकुर,
सिंगर ज़ुबीन गर्ग, ज़ुबीन गर्ग, कल्चरल आइकॉन ज़ुबीन गर्ग, म्यूजिक माइस्टर ज़ुबीन गर्ग, म्यूजिक आइकॉन ज़ुबीन गर्ग। ज़ुबीन गर्ग असम में लोग सड़कों पर उतर आए।
कोई किसी की जात नहीं देख।
Hello and welcome. My mother tongue is Assamese, the language of Zubeen Garg's soul. But today I am choosing to speak in English. I am doing this for a single and important reason: to ensure the world understands the magnitude of the lesson we have just lost. If you have found your way to this video, you probably already fill the void. And if you don't, then please stay with me, because today I talk about a legend whose journey began on 18 November 1972 in the beautiful hills of Tura, Meghalaya, and came to the sudden heartbreaking end on 19 September 2025 in Singapore. Today, we mourn the demise of our heart, our voice, our beloved Zubeen Garg, Zubeen Garg. For those of us who grew up in the 90s, Zubeen Garg wasn't just a singer. He was the background score of our lives. He was just the cassette we played on loop until the tape were worn out. He was the reckless energy of our college days, the whisper of our first love, the anthem of our heartbreaks, and the pride of our cultural identity. He wasn't just an artist we listened to. He was an emotion we lived. And for my friends watching from the other states and countries who may not know Assamese, you might be wondering, who was this man? Why does his passing feel like a personal loss to millions? Let me try to explain. Zubeen Garg was the voice of this beautiful, often overlooked part of India, Assam. We call him by many names that defined his essence. He was Luit Kongthop, the voice of the Brahmaputra river, as mighty and soulful as the river itself. He was the rock star of Assam, the Bihu emperor, and simply Zubeen Garg, a brother, a friend to millions. But to call him a regional artist would be a disservice. This man was a vocal phenomenon. How do you measure an artist's impact? One way is by the sheer volume of his work. Zubeen Garg sang over 38,000 plus songs. Let me say that again, 38,000. And he did this in over 40 different languages. Think about that for a moment. From the classical ragas of India to the pulsating beats of pop, from the soulful folk tunes of Assam to the Bollywood anthems, his voice was everywhere. He wasn't just a singer. He was a one-man bridge between cultures. You may not know his name, but I promise you have felt his voice. That powerful, raw, soul-stirring voice in Yali, that was him. He was a brilliant actor and composer in films like Dinabandhu, Kanchenjunga, and the epic Mission China. He had the rare ability to make a romantic ballad deep in your bones and then make you live, and then make you jump to your feet with a pulsating dance members. But Zubeen Garg was so much more than his art. He was the people's hero in the true sense. His voice was his weapon and he used it fearlessly. He was a vocal critic of the CAA, Citizenship Amendment Act, standing with his people during COVID-19 pandemic. He was at the forefront, helping with resources and using his music to spread hope. And when devastating floods, he was one of the most active voices and hands, organizing help and being there for the affected. And this brings me to his most beautiful trait, his profound simplicity and generosity. If you ever went to his home in Guwahati, you would see a line of people waiting, not for a selfie, but for help. There are countless stories. A father needing money for his daughter's operation, a young artist needing a break, a village needing a water pump. he gave without hesitation. Money, hope, his time. His home wasn't just a celebrity residence. It was a sanctuary for the needy. When his body was brought home, something historic happened. The world witnessed an outpouring of grief so immense that his funeral procession became the fourth largest gathering in human history. This isn't just a crowd. This is love. This is loss. From small children who grew up with his lullabies to the elderly who saw him as a son, from police personnel saluting this icon to mental patients who found solace only in his voice, and even the Chief Minister of the state, Honorable Mr. Himanta Biswa Sarma sir, breaking down in tears. Everyone was united in grief. This was for an artist from the Northeast India, especially from Assam. And in the midst of this ocean of sorrow, a single song rose from the millions of voices, creating a symphony of farewell. It was the song he once said he wanted to be sung when he died. His own timeless masterpiece, Mayavini Ratir Bukuj. And as his pyre light, the entire state sang back to him, fulfilling his last musical wish. It was the most heartbreaking and beautiful chorus the world has ever heard. But as we try to process this immeasurable loss, a dark cloud of doubt hangs over us. The official story calls it an accident. But for millions whose hearts he held, there are too many questions, so many inconsistencies. The growing, painful suspicion that this was not a mere accident, that this may have been a murder, is a wound that refuses to heal. A voice that fought for the truth, deserves the truth. A life that stood for the justice, demands justice. We, his people, and all who loved him, stand together in demanding through this transparent investigation. Whoever is responsible for this, whatever the truth may be, the culprits must be identified and punished immediately. There can be no closures without answers, no peace without justice. That's why this loss is so profound. It feels like a part of our collective memory has been silenced. The voice that defined our first crushes, our graduation days, our festivals is now an echo. But here's the thing about legends like Zubeen Garg, Zubinda, they never truly live. An artist who gave us 38,000 songs has left behind 38,000 pieces of his soul. He lives on in every note, in every heart he is touched. So to the world that may not have known him, I offer you this. Listen to his Hindi songs, English, Tamil, and many more. Also, listen to his Assamese folk fusion songs and feel the soul of my land. You don't need to understand the language to understand the emotion. His voice is the translation. He was an unfinished melody, a song that had so many more verses left to sing. Zubinda, you were the soundtrack of our lives. From the chaotic, hopeful 90s to the complex present. Your voice was our constant. Thank you for the music, for the pride, for the 38,000 memories. You may have left the stage, but the concert in our hearts will never ever end. In this video, introduce you to Zubeen Garg, Zubinda. Please explore his music. I will leave links to some of his most iconic songs in this description. Because a voice that could bring together millions in life, and in that, is a voice that belongs to the world. Thank you for watching. Please take care and let the truth prevail. Thank you. Thank you so much.
বাত চাও তোমাৰে দুই জোৱাহি আজি তোমাৰ বাটৰে শেষতে বাট চাও তোমাৰে দুই জোৱাহি আজি তোমাৰ বাটেৰে তুমি আহিলে নামে বুকুৰে খাওঁ